At this moment, I get to introduce someone who is already like such a dear friend to us. One of our strongest supporters in the world. In her own right, Elena Brower is a mama to a beautiful boy. She's an author, a yoga teacher and speaker. She's recognized internationally for her reverence and her practices of meditation and yoga. She is the author of Art of Attention, which is being sold at the Hazel and Betty Ford table. It's a yoga workbook that has been translated into 6 languages. She's also the creator of Teach.yoga, a virtual home for yoga teachers worldwide. And we're really excited to tell you that her latest book, called Practice You, a Journal, will be released by Sounds True in September 2017. And it's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. She's got all her beautiful watercolor art in it, and of course, just her magic with words. It's truly spectacular. Beyond these things, Elena is really a very dear friend to Taryn and I, one of Taryn's yoga mentors. She's honestly, when it comes to this event, I'd have to say she has been the strongest supporter. From the first moment I told her about this when we got here last June for our first planning meeting, she just said, "What do you need?" And she stopped saying that after I started emailing her like every 2 days. Like, so I gave her a little break, and then about 3 weeks ago I was like, "So," and "You're on it." So she's, again, and a lot of the gifts that have come to our raffle table have come through Elena's beautiful contacts. So thank you, Elena. Okay. So all I really want to say to you is that we honor you, we thank you, and we love you. So I can't wait to introduce you to Elena Brower. And this is the Ritual of Recovery.
Love you. Water's on the stage. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you. How's my mic? Can you hear me okay? Okay, good. I sort of want to sit, but I'm going to stand because I'm not comfortable standing. This is a spoken word piece that I wrote for the first 9 months from the moment that I started my recovery journey. And at the 9-month mark, I performed it for a speakeasy at Wanderlust Festival in Aspen. And now I get to do it for the second time. And it goes a little something like this. We are made of atoms, scintillating. So why do we try and stop them and change them and hurt them and rearrange them? We forget that deeper than any perceived failure is this radiance. So please, follow me into this moment and we can play with this together. And thank you for listening. It helps me remember that deeper than all of this is something I've learned about trust. And something else I've learned about evolution and how sometimes it can hurt so much. I speak these words so I can feel my own constitution unobstructed. Walk through this life uninterrupted by substance. Unimpeded by anything other than bold love and deep mystery. And I own this so I can go to sleep and wake up to the good that is alive in me. So that I can feel the frequency of my telepathy and my healing and my caring and feel all my real feelings and not be afraid to share them with you. May anyone who's struggling take my hand now and walk through this with me. We should all taste and hold the sweetness of setting ourselves free. So I got curious and I asked, what is this fiction, this friction that keeps us locked up in the inane destruction of addiction? This perception that we're not enough, we can't sit with ourselves, I can't find the right love without drugs. And what is this shame and this blame, this undeliverable pain? And how is it that every day I thought I needed to find some redeeming intelligence in my own mind, so I'd go to the sun up on my roof and I would smoke my very favorite connection to the truth of who I am. And all the while, I would tinker with the moment, and I would tell myself, girl, you're owed this. You're owed this for doing so much good in the world. And all the while, I knew I was killing a beautiful girl. I knew it. And all the while, I knew I would have to stand here on this day and tell you about all the ludicrous whys and ways I just hated to be alone with myself. But now I get to proudly share what else. I'm clean exactly 2.5 years now. And I'm learning what the highest love is still, with myself and my James, my dad, my mom, rest her soul, and my kid. And with my sister, dang it, so much energy I was using to doubt and resist her. And I'm learning with my exes, and they're fine, fine women. And I'm learning with my best friends who always know exactly what to say and exactly when. And all along I knew I couldn't stop these feelings of helplessness and neediness, but boy, when I needed help, it sure did land in the most perfect little bits. And now a note of thankfulness. First, thank you, sweet worthlessness, for being a most formidable catalyst. And thank you for giving me all that I could ever possibly get of you. And thank you to Gabby, and to Tommy, and to Johnny, and Allie, and James, and all the rest who never once asked me to be anything more or less than my absolute imperfect best. I had to stop squeezing myself into these painful places and start to share the real and rightful traces of my place in this big story. So I forgive myself now for starting all these wars in my organs and my consciousness. I'm ready to sing all my songs and lay down my weapons and read, cook, and enjoy my simplicity and be with my child and know that I am listening to him tell me about his day and his friends and whatever has meaning. And I'm grateful just to lie down with him and listen to him breathing instead of longing for that numbness that did feel like oneness. It did. And we all know that it does. And then it always ends with this impossibly loud thud of ignorance. The voice of another choice. I now see that I was addicted deeply to ignoring what I knew. And that is the real habit I'm breaking. No more walking through these fake doors, shaking and making trouble for this body. I am now officially hooked on humility. I'm hooked on kindness. I'm hooked on tranquility. I'm hooked on my highest identity. And I'm hooked on the unknown that is known in me. And now I get to dream and receive, les messages de l'univers, all those big ideas that find me and the things that I'm so privileged to care about. And I get to give my time and my resources and my sensitivity. And I get to make things sacred instead of shredding up my integrity every single morning. And I get to settle into this vibrant vastness that's calling from within all of us. And if I had to sum it up, what I've come to learn and earn is that I'm actually not struggling against any addiction. I'm aiming directly for our evolution, for this glorious revolution of body and mind and this magical chance to finally find, with wide open eyes and a bright, softened soul, that I am ready. I am ready to grow. I am ready to become more wise and more steady and more graceful and more lovely and sit at the feet of all you above me and listen and be simple and sing and align with all that is tender and gentle and kind. So the ingredients, the how, the way that I've come from then until now is this. 3 words you choose. Either flip the script or turn the ship. And when it seems right or justified to have that drink or that puff because I deserve this, don't I? Or this world is not enough without it. I dare you to challenge that thought and think precisely the opposite, just for practice. Something like this. Why on earth, on this day, would I hide or run when I know in my fragile beauty that I am the only one who can evolve this choice I'm about to make and be the change and shift my state and turn these generations of escape artists into folks who really care about ourselves? I can do that. And I dare you to tell your heart to invade your mind. Do it now and let it fly. And then turn your brain away from your habit and seek out only the friends who help you locate your magic. Only. And then you get to be a light worker right here on this earth and show someone else the beauty of their own worth. And just in case you get stuck, and you might if you're real, just put your attention on what you feel and be a witness and ask in your tiniest, smallest voice, what is the finest sensation prior to the thought that I need to get high right now? Because when you ask and you see, you'll slowly dissolve any perceived need, and you will emerge from that moment coherent and sound, and you will land head on pillow, perfectly surrounded by the music of your quiet mind, becoming silently grounded in your healing heart. And if all else fails and you have to restart again, just know that this is never the end. Tomorrow will arrive, sourced and waiting for your faith and your trust and your skill and your space. And I swear this will be the pathway to revealing your true face. It's about the feminine, ladies and gentlemen. So let this all go and trust your intuition, because it's been telling you all along, you are the teacher, you are the wisdom, and you are the strong, and your adventure matters to us all. So get quiet and get ready to feel called to make a difference. It's time to feel like you're truly participating and contributing to this. No more walls, no more veils, no more doubt, no more waiting. This is what we're all anticipating for you. And it's not a reference point. It's a revolution of your thinking. It's your attention fundamentally directed internally. And it's your love rising and falling ceaselessly, mercifully. So when you get that homesickness for reverence that captivates every cell, that hunger for the remembrance, touches the most pithy cell of truth in you, just close your eyes and go inside. And tell yourself what your heart needs to hear, because it's only this, and it's super clear. I love you. I love you. I love you. So here's to this fine day with all these fine, fine women, dreamers and lovers and sisters and daughters and mothers. May these words raise us all up and be our way into a much more complete love. May we remember to hold ourselves so sacred and trust that we can make this holiness happen and get free together. May we remember ourselves everywhere and forever. And may we surround ourselves with beings who are truly, truly there for us. And may we dream the biggest dreams and live our way through all of this together. And may we drink the most potent elixir of deep listening and real forgiveness. Thank you.
Oh, crying.